everybody, welcome back to my channel. I wanted to do a short video on the potatoes that I'm growing this year, where I get them and how I prep them. This year I've decided to grow 3 varieties. I am growing a Kennebec potato. That's these. You can't see it out there. Kennebec. Red Norland, which is a really good red potato with nice white flesh in the inside, and a Yukon Gold, which is, I think, most people's favorites. Not everybody's, but most people's. Kennebecs are late season, and both the Red Norland and the Yukon Gold are early season potatoes. Kennebecs are also better storing potatoes than these two. So these ones will store a little better. Now I buy my seed potatoes locally, so I don't send off for them. And one of the reasons is because I want a variety that's going to work in this area. So I happen to get my seed potatoes at Tractor Supply, another good any farm equipment place, farm supply place is really good. Your feed stores are really good. Maybe even your local nurseries. But I always like to see this on my potatoes, because I don't want to see like Georgia or Oklahoma, and not that I would get them. Maine would be okay, because that's like a climate that's close to my climate, my gardening zone. But if you find a potato that isn't really kind of quote native unquote to your area, they're really not going to do very well, because we have some very unique conditions. So these ones, dark red Norland, are from local Wisconsin, Antigo, which is really far north in Wisconsin. And these ones are from Minnesota as well. So these are very similar gardening zones to where I am. And that's how I know these potatoes are going to do well in my zone. Let me show you how I prep these. So it is really windy outside. So if you hear the wind howling, that's what you're hearing. So I'm going to pull these ones out first, because these ones are kind of ready to go. If you take them out, you can see they've all chitted. So potatoes will grow vines from the eyes, and these, almost all of them, are ready to go in the ground. So this is what you want them to look like before you put them in the ground. And this one I would put in the ground like that. But let me show you the other ones. These ones have also grown. I might leave them out just a few more days to grow a little bit more. So all these potatoes are ready to go in the ground. Some of these need a few more days. Let's look at the Yukon Golds. I could probably just pull this string. That one. Yukon Golds. This is one ugly potato, isn't it? These are really big potatoes. I don't want to mix them up. So what do I do to get them ready? I take one of my 10-20 trays and I put the bag in the bottom of the tray. Like so. And then I just set the potatoes on the bag. Like so. And then I set them in a sunny location or bright location, but not in the sun. So like I wouldn't leave them out here in my greenhouse. You want them to have light, but you don't want them to be in the sun. So I just leave them like this. Now, I'm not going to be planting tons of these tomatoes. This is enough for me, but I mean, you can take and cut these. Like this one, you could probably you can get quite a few plants out of this one. So these big, you know, I would cut this one here, and then I'd cut it here. And so this one I'd get 3 or 4 out of. This little potato, you could cut it down the middle. You could get 2 out of there. And you want to cut them at least a couple days before you plant them so they have time to heal. Let me do one. Okay, so let me grab one of these big ones. And I am just going to cut this. Just like that. And now I have 2 pieces out of this one potato. And you just make sure there are eyes on both pieces. This will heal up. Heal, H-E-A-L. And then you can put them in the ground, but don't put them in the ground like this, otherwise they'll rot. You want to put them in the ground once they've healed. So we'll just set that there. Do another one like this one. You can cut this one lengthwise because it's got eyes on both sides. So we're just going to let these sit and heal, and they'll be ready to go. I'm going to be putting these in the ground in about a week. So the first week of April is normally when I put these in the ground. Let me do the other ones. Here we go. We have these all set up and ready. These will sit here for at least a week. If you don't have well-developed eyes on your potatoes, they may need a couple weeks, but these ones are ready to go. They'll be ready to go in a week, especially now that they're out of the bag. These Red Norlands are definitely ready to go. So they'll all be ready to go when I'm ready to plant. So for a couple days I will keep the cut sides up, and then as soon as they heal I'll turn them over. Here's another one. You can see these are starting to go bad. So one of the things I forgot to say was that these are all determinate tomatoes. And what does that mean for tomatoes? It means that you do not need to hill them, H-I-L-L. They're only going to grow to a set height, just like tomatoes. Set all their fruit, quote-unquote fruit, at the same time, and then they'll be ready to harvest. The only difference is the Yukon Gold, Kennebec, and the Red Norlands will be ready first, and then the Kennebecs will be ready later on. So we'll probably get a harvest of the Yukon Gold and the red Norlands usually 4th of July. Sometimes they will go into August depending on weather. So I go on vacation first week of August, and I usually end up taking fresh potatoes on my vacation because I go up to my sister's cottage. So and then the Kennebecs will be later than that. So these are all set to go. So let me know down in the comment section below what kind of potatoes you're growing. Or do you grow something that's very specific to your area, or do you grow these general type of tomatoes? I have tomatoes on the brain. Potatoes as well. So thank you so much for watching, everybody. If you like what you saw here, don't forget to click on that subscribe button. And until next time, happy gardening. Bye-bye.